So I completely reset all my progress on Will to Live Online. There is a good reason for it, I promise. And during this video, I'm going to explain why I deleted my highest level character and why I'm starting again completely from scratch. My name is Misfit, and for those of you that know me, or those of you that are in my Discord, you'll know it's been a busy few months for me, and I've had quite a lot going on, which is why I've been a bit absent on my channel lately, and why I haven't had time to be playing a lot of Will to Live Online. So it all started a few months ago with my wedding, because I actually got married in July. So the few weeks leading up to the wedding, obviously I had been quite busy, so I wasn't really doing anything like live streaming or uploading. And my plan was just to take a small break over the wedding period and then get back into making videos. So after the wedding, I went back to work, and after a couple of days at work, I injured myself, which obviously isn't the best thing. So I ended up having a few days off work and was just chilling out, just sort of trying to get better. So I wasn't really playing. So after about 4 or 5 days, I went to the doctors and I got some painkillers, because basically the injury that I got was for my back. So I thought it's best to go to the doctors, get some painkillers, because at least then I can go back to work. Which didn't really work out too well, because after a few days of taking the painkillers, I then had an allergic reaction. So my face blew up like a beach ball. So as you can imagine, this wasn't a good thing. I ended up in A&E until about midnight with a face that had completely blown up. It looked like I'd been beaten up, to be honest with you. So then that caused me to have another 3 or 4 days off of work. So at this point, I'd been off work for about 3 weeks in total, apart from the odd few days in between where I'd hurt my back and where I'd then come back from hurting my back before I had the allergic reaction. So yeah, it wasn't a good few weeks for me, or at least like after the wedding. The wedding was a good few weeks. That was enjoyable and it was a really nice day and everything went to plan. But after the wedding, everything just sort of went downhill for a couple of weeks. So as you can imagine, because of the state I was in, I wasn't playing, I wasn't really doing much. Or if I was playing games, I wasn't really playing Will to Live Online. I wasn't playing for videos. I was just sort of playing stuff like on my PlayStation in bed. I wasn't really doing much. I wasn't really doing anything that required a lot of thought. So I was playing stuff like Assassin's Creed that I can just sort of zombify my way through and just sort of run on autopilot. Anyway, so now that that's all done and over and I'm back healthy, I'm back to me fighting weight and I'm not looking like I've been beaten up anymore, I have started getting back into Will to Live Online. But there was one thing that I noticed when I started playing again, and that was I really had no idea what I was doing. Whereas before I stopped making videos to focus on the wedding, I had a plan. I knew what I was doing in my character. I knew everything, what I wanted to achieve. And then when I come back, it just felt like I'd lost the momentum. I didn't really know where I wanted to go with the character or what I wanted to do. So it just sort of felt kind of dead to me. That crossed with the fact that a few of my mates had changed from BSS to Confed had sort of made it a bit odd for me, because I didn't want to have to try and like find my bearings again and try and suss out what was going on. So I just thought, because it's been a while, why don't I just start again, start afresh, and at least that way I can get back to grips with the game, work out what I want to do and build a character from the ground up again. And at least that way I know exactly what direction I want to take my character in. I don't have to worry about playing catch up like I was on my old account. And that is not the only reason. The other reason was, after a while, I did start getting bored of the minor character. I think, although the minor character is kind of fun, it's not necessarily a character that plays to my strengths, which I think in early game doesn't really matter too much. But I think as you go into the later game and you want to start getting into PvP, I think you have to think about what each class brings to the table and what you as a player do best. And I think, personally for me, I've always been okay at sniping, but I really enjoy assault rifling as well. So, which is why I've decided to make my new character a mercenary, because I just feel like, on balance, when it comes to PvP, I feel like I'll bring more to the table as a mercenary, which I know seems like a lot of thought, considering I've just restarted the account and there's a lot of leveling up to go before I do start PvPing. But that is the goal, especially on the PvP server. Is the end game is to be taking that account and building it specifically for PvP. So that's why I deleted Big Old Chungus, my minor character, and that's why I've started a completely new character. And I've just got to the point where I'm now doing the motorbike quest, so I'm already sort of pushing through them lower levels and starting to get into that mid-gamey area. Is it the right decision? I don't know. Maybe it might have been a wrong decision. Maybe I should have just picked up where I left off on Big Old Chungus and just spent the time to work out where to go and then changed my class later on when I had the money to. But personally, I like the idea of the fresh start. I think building the character as a mercenary from the ground up might just be a better option for me. Only time will tell, really. After a month or two of playing, maybe I'll regret the decision, or maybe I'll think, yeah, that was the right decision to do. So as for streaming and making videos, I'm really glad to be sat in front of a microphone again, making videos for you guys. I have missed doing this. I really enjoy making my videos, and I enjoy live streaming as well. It's great when I do live streams and you guys get involved and I get to talk to you and meet you guys that are playing Will to Live online as well, because it's such a fun game and I'm so glad that I found it. Hopefully now that I'm back to my fighting weight, back to some sort of normality, I'm not ill anymore. Hopefully I can get back on making regular videos and live streaming every weekend for you guys. And we can get on Will to Live online and start firing bullets at each other. So I'm going to leave this video there. If you enjoyed the video and you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe and join my Discord. The link is in the description. If you're feeling generous, click on this random video that's on the screen now, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.